the owners ever suggest anything like this again, we will go on strike. He goes on to ask, is this the moment for the union or MLB to be drawing a line in the sand that they will not cross?
Would you guess, if you had to, that agent represents mostly the guys that are the half of the union that make less than $1 million a year?
Probably, because of course Boris and other agents, and Boris is the most famous one to say the owners are just trying to privatize their gains and socialize their losses. And I would just have to say, we're in a situation like that too. Many other people are as well. And yeah, that's not really fair. And yeah, it's true that owners of companies are taking advantage, if you want to call it taking advantage of the coronavirus. They're taking hard hits too. And yes, owning the equity in a company, that's the risk for owning a company, is you could take financial hits, but the benefits usually way outweigh the risk because you still own it in the future, whereas when the employees that you're either underpaying or even if you pay them a lot, they've got nothing to show for that when their contract runs out or they're done working for you. You still own the whole structure of the thing. However, in this difficult time, people are taking it in the shorts all over the place. And they are taking it in the shorts from their owners who are privatizing their, privatize the gains? Socialize the losses? Yeah, correct. Who are socializing their losses. So, Major League Baseball players are just simply willing, and it's great, but they're willing to step out on this and kind of make nothing rather than set any kind of tiny precedent. It's not affecting the rest of society, though. The rest of society is kind of taking it in the shorts collectively. And it's kind of the way it is, and I think it would PR-wise look way better if the players...
It's fucking beautiful,
I don't know, gave an inch to the owners. And that's weird to say, isn't it? It is. I'm a player who's giving an inch to the owners, though. Like, I'm doing it, but you guys are absolutely refusing to do it?
Well, I halfway wonder if
what do you think?
When Manfred said, and what he said last week is, let's see if I can find the exact quote. When speaking to Carl Ravitch, he said, unequivocally, we are going to play Major League Baseball this year. And that's, some sort of a 50-game type season. I halfway wonder if those guys who make $20, $30 million a year thought, well, okay, if they're going to do that, then we'll just stand here and draw this line. They're just going to play 50 games. We're going to get our prorated salaries for 50 games. That's not really any worse than the offers they've been presenting to us. So, screw it. Let's just do that then. Well, now Manfred...
Yeah, they did over the weekend, right? Say, let's get back. We're not negotiating anymore.
They said when and where.
But my thing is they haven't really been negotiating at all. Anytime they have said, well, what if we cut it down to play 100 games, but we'll do 80% of the salary or whatever. They've said non-starter.
Shit.
Well, all those things were basically the same.
But, yeah, they were, except that what Major League Baseball also wanted, if conversations would have started, but they didn't because they were non-starters. But if conversations would have started, they could have said, okay, you do want to expand the postseason. Well, our postseason in the MLB-PA agreement right now says we get paid by a percentage of the gate, which is zero, especially now, right? Usually it's much less than is a prorated salary, but right now it'll be nothing. What if they said, okay, how about we split that TV money with you? How about, okay, and they say, well, we're not splitting it 50-50. Okay, what about 40-60? They could have got, my point is, they could have recouped it somehow, and probably more, maybe even negotiating some financial protections for the players for this off-season. Or maybe a service time thing that wouldn't have counted this season towards those players they're trying to get full service time,
You're doing a one-time thing, do these one-time things.
Yeah. Or, I'm doing this one-time thing, we want this for the future and beyond. Like, I'm just saying maybe they wouldn't have worked, but it wouldn't have been the words non-starter, and that seems very pig-headed and stubborn and dying on a hill that you could have probably done some good for yourselves and future players. And if you want to do the BS of you're helping the nation, because clearly no one wants to help the nation, okay? So stop using that ever. But you could have at least snowed us into making us think that you were caring about the morale of the nation. You obviously actually don't care about that at all. Pretty much either side. The morale of the nation is a force field to throw up there.
And being drug into it and getting a 50-game season with your full prorated salaries, a lot of guys are going to end up with the same amount of money without any of the soft benefits of PR and of the nation, because then it just looks like you're just doing it because you were told to and forced to.
Right.
Which is what we thought was going to happen until Friday afternoon. And really maybe over the weekend when Manfred spoke. Here he is with Greeny last Sunday night, maybe.
Commissioner of Major League Baseball is Rob Manfred, good enough to join us tonight. Rob, thank you very much for taking this time. And I'll start here. You told Carl Ravitch here on ESPN last week that you felt 100% certain that there will be a season this year. How do you feel today?
Well, I know the owners are 100% committed to getting baseball back on the field. Unfortunately, I can't tell you that I'm 100% certain that's going to happen. We had a couple of developments over the weekend that were really negative in terms of our efforts. The first was the Players Association's decision to end the trade negotiations.
So that's important, right? You always have to make sure that it's them first. Not us, them. What we were counting on was them just straight up forcing the players to play a schedule that the commissioner said he had the power to do. The players in their statement said, you tell us when and where. Manfred says there were things happening behind the scenes that people didn't necessarily know about.
Equally important, I had been hopeful that once we got to common ground on the idea that we were going to pay the players full prorated salary, that we would get some cooperation in terms of proceeding under the agreement that we negotiated with the MLBPA on March 26th. Unfortunately, over the weekend, while Tony Clark was declaring his desire to get back to work, the union's top lawyer was out telling reporters, players, and eventually getting back to owners that as soon as we issued a schedule, as they requested, they intended to file a grievance claiming they were entitled to an additional $1 billion.
Damn.
Obviously, that sort of bad faith tactic makes it extremely difficult to move forward in these circumstances.
So I don't know if that's true, but I know that the players said, okay, you say you can give us a 50-game schedule with a full proration. When and where? Well, apparently what was happening underneath was that their lawyer was saying, yeah, if they do that, we're going to file a grievance, an injunction, and saying that that's actually illegal, and we deserve an extra $1 billion to our pool. And again, we don't know who's telling the truth, but
Damn
that
it.
is way different than what the player's statement said.
That's beautiful.
The player's statement
Go,
flat
baby,
out
go.
said, we'll play, tell us when and where to be there, interview ended like this.
Would you describe your feelings as confident that there will still be a season?
I'm not confident, Mike. I think there's real risk, and as long as there's no dialogue, that real risk is going to continue.
That's different than unequivocal. Unequivocally, we're going to play baseball this season.
Yeah, well, bluffs are being called left and right.
But they're out of time. I mean, so many bluffs have been called that they bluffed back and forth long enough to where they've now run out of time. And it's...
Well, there's a thought that this is another stall tactic from the teams that, okay, we're going to go for maybe a couple more weeks, and then we really are at a point where all we can play is 50 games, so we've got to go, so that's the thinking now.
I guess that's true. They're out of time if they were going to play one of the previous proposals.
And he has to declare that the players right now are not engaging in good faith negotiations, which was part of that March memo where they had agreed to take the proration of salaries to however many games were played. And also in that memo it said, should the games be played without fans, there will be a good faith negotiation on how to proceed. So now Major League Baseball, they seem to have a case to say, if you just yell non-starter every time we bring up anything, that's not a good faith negotiation. And the players seem to have a case to say, you say in your agreement you're going to try and get as many games as possible. And if you only give us 50, but there is a chance for 100, well, that's not, that now you're going back on that word. Like, it seems like everybody kind of has a case, but it also seems like
what a mess.
no one wants to appear or even be a slight loser. And except, as always, Jake, the fan is the loser.
Stratomatic Rangers never have to hire lawyers. They always negotiate in good faith.
Right, they just suck.
They just get on the field. They'll play for nothing.
Coming up next, Business Tuesday with Dan.
This is Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket. Broadcasting live from the TXU Energy Mothership, KTCK AM Dallas-Fort Worth, KTCK FM Flower Mound. The Ticket has hot sports opinions on the Cowboys. Training camp at the Star in Frisco opens in just 5 weeks.
I would think for Cowboy fans, you may be excited about, okay, well, they're not going to California, but maybe I can go out. I don't think that's going to happen, where fans can go out and watch.
Maybe it'll be the first time new head coach Mike McCarthy actually gets to see his players in action in person, including all the new draftees. And we'll see them too, because it's business as usual across the NFL. And our ticket, business as usual, is talking Cowboys, buddy. There's no offseason ever on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
Anytime there is uncertainty in the economy, one thing increases with certainty: crime. Make sure your home is safe and secure with A1 Locksmith and Security. A1 Locksmith and Security offers turnkey security solutions for your home, including keyless entry systems and heirloom quality Liberty and Browning safes that will keep your most treasured valuables and guns under lock and key. Maybe you're looking to add security cameras to your house, like I did. You could have one camera or a multi-camera system that you could view on your phone. A1 is there for you. A1 Locksmith and Security. Give them a call, 972-570-5700. You can stop by for extra keys, see their safes in person, or even get a spare car key program so you're prepared at one of their 10 area locations. It's A1 Locksmith and Security. Find out the location nearest you by going to a-1locksmith.com. That's A-1Locksmith.
Whether or not you've received the new property tax assessment notice from the appraisal district yet, you need to reach out to the good folks at the Hegwood Group to review your 2020 property taxes. Located right here in DFW, the Hegwood Group are ready to help you fight any dreaded property tax increases. If they can't reduce your property taxes, you won't be charged a thing, so nothing to lose. The revised deadline is 30 days from the date on your assessment notice, so don't waste any time. Call them today at 972-248-9574 or online at hegwoodgroup.com. That's 972-248-9574 or HEGWOODgroup.com.
Troy Aikman talks about Acme Brick.
Most bricks look and feel about the same, but there's a big difference in quality. If you don't see the Acme name, you're not getting Acme quality.
I'm Brad Thomas. This is Sports Biz, brought to you by Acme Brick. The coronavirus has really done a number on sports this year. The Triple Crown in horse racing looks nothing like it has for the past almost 100 years. Usually it's the Kentucky Derby in early May, the Preakness 2 weeks later, and then the Belmont Stakes 3 weeks after that. A 5-week test for 3-year-olds to determine the best. Only 13 have ever won all 3. Well, now the Belmont will start things off on June 20th at a shorter distance with no spectators. The Kentucky Derby will be almost 3 months later on September 5th, and the Preakness will be another month later on October 3rd. They should have canceled like Wimbledon and the Olympics. Let's hope no horse wins all 3. That was Sports Biz. I'm Brad Thomas.
Thinking of building or renovating a home? If you like modern, sophisticated architecture, check out this guy's work. It's super cool. The boutique residential firm of Risser Design Development. Contact Mark at RisserDD.com. That's RISSER with 2 D's.com.
Here is your chance to do something good for your community. Texas Motor Speedway and Speedway Children's Charities Texas chapter is partnering with the American Red Cross North Texas region for a by-appointment-only blood drive on Wednesday, June 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. COVID-19 antibody testing will also be provided with each blood donation. Help support the American Red Cross as they continue their life-saving mission in North Texas. For details, go to TexasMotorspeedway.com. That's TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Beverly Hills Rejuvenation Center of Dallas helps guys get youthful energy, increased strength, endurance, and improve their immune system. And now with their new Z-Wave system, guys can tackle ED issues. The Z-Wave is non-invasive, affordable, and for some of the most effective treatment for ED. And hormone consult and blood work are complimentary. Get results with the first treatment and get the explosions back where they belong. Beverly Hills Rejuvenation Center of Dallas with 5 DFW locations. Online at bhrcdallas.com.
Mention ticket for special pricing.
All of a
us ticket hosts have our own HSOs on a lot of things, and we don't always agree with each other. But one thing we all can agree on is that if you even suspect your home has foundation issues, you need to call All Pro Foundation Repair immediately.
Bob, we can all speak from experience because we've all called Tony Cooper and his team at All Pro at some point. He's earned our trust for delivering a quality job. That's because Tony takes every repair All Pro performs very serious.
He even visits most job sites to make sure the customer is happy and the work meets his high standards.
But what really sets All Pro Foundation Repair apart, though, is the variety of repair methods they offer.
A lot of foundation repair companies offer one or two methods, but there are a lot of different ways to fix a home's foundation. All Pro offers all of them.
Your home is likely the biggest investment you'll ever make, so when it needs foundation work, you want to go with the best. And in our opinion, the best is All Pro Foundation Repair.
Call 877-MEAN-GREEN or go to allprofoundationrepair.com.
Pros.
The Ticker is a service of the Sante Center for Healing and Deep Ellum Brewing Company's new DTX Hometown Golden Ale. The NFL releasing a video last week where Commissioner Roger Goodell denounced racism and apologized for not listening to his players sooner. He reiterated that statement on ESPN.
We should have listened to our players earlier. Our players, including Colin Kaepernick, including Eric Green, including Kenny Stills, and so many others, Malcolm Jenkins, and so many people that really brought these issues to light. And it actually predates. It goes back to 2014 in Ferguson.
The Cowboys are joining the NFL offices and making Juneteenth an official holiday and giving their employees the day off in observance. The Panthers, Broncos, and Chiefs have also announced their intentions to do the same. Cy Young winner Mike McCormick has died at the age of 81 after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. McCormick played 16 years in the majors from 1956 to 71, won the Cy Young with the Giants in 1967. That is the Ticket Ticker. I'm Ty Walker on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Here's an idea while you socially distance. Spend quality time with a ticket on the job at home. Hit the stream or tell Google Play or Alexa to play The Ticket. Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
All right, we have to have a title for everything, so we can call this Business Tuesday if you want. But there are a lot of business.
What don't you want?
I already did that one. Will we have time for Business Tuesday on Wednesday if needed? I don't know, because tomorrow, are we packed?
Damn.
There's a snake in the hang zone.
Damn.
Oh, yeah?
Damn.
The Cobra. The snake pit? What are we going to talk about with him?
Look, here's the deal.
I don't have anything in common with Corby.
Well, I'll try to bridge that gap.
So we'll talk tennis. Tennis.
Did you ever dabble in tennis?
Damn.
Like, not on television, but as
Like a little playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wife's been asking me about it. Like, I just don't think so. It looks really hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you not good enough?
Oh, there's no doubt I'm not good enough. It would become frustrating to me very quickly, I would imagine.
If you can't volley it back and forth, then don't start.
Right.
I think you might have more fun with racquetball, because then you don't have to run and chase the ball.
Love racquetball.
Yeah. You can be really bad, but still, you just don't have to... Again, the tennis ball chasing the ball 2 yards down, and...
That's why you bring your dog.
That's dumb.
That is dumb.
What?
So here on Business Tuesday, I wanted to take a look at... Forbes released these 100, the highest 100 paid celebrities. However, you know what I'm saying, right?
I do, yeah.
100 people, they're celebrities. So sports, authors, actors, whatever.
Hey, Trey.
Highest paid celebs. Trey not on the list.
Not yet.
The top, and so this is this count.